Chapter 1 People are devouring, join the chat group. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiangnan City, Jiang Li lay on the sofa, dazed for a while. In fact, he is a time traveler. 3 years ago, I accidentally traveled through time and came to this world. From the initial discomfort, I gradually adapted to the current life and fell in love with this rhythm. TSK, Extreme Martial Arts Hall, the strongest human being, Hong, this is the world of devouring starry sky. According to the news I heard, Luo Feng's plot is about to begin. But, after 3 years, I am still an ordinary person. Jiang Li smiled bitterly. Over the past 3 years, he has also fantasized about getting some kind of golden finger, soaring into the sky, and solving potential threats for mankind. However, he waited for 3 years and was lonely. Fortunately, he didn't get these 3 years in vain. Due to an accident during the journey, I met a very beautiful girl. Xiao Ling didn't dislike him for being an orphan, and he was an ordinary person, and she always took care of his life. The relationship between the two gradually warmed up, and they have reached the stage of discussing marriage. Jiang Li, the meal is ready. Come here and get the chopsticks. A beautiful and delicate voice came from the kitchen. Immediately afterwards, a girl with a graceful figure, concave and convex, and exquisite appearance walked out. He held 2 plates of side dishes in his hands, steaming hot and fragrant, and they are all Jiang Li's favorite food. Seeing such a virtuous girl, Jiang Li felt soft in his heart. What more can a husband ask for when his wife is like this? Sometimes, he also thought that it was all nonsense that warriors were not warriors. It's quite nice to have such a good woman by my side to live this life by my side. At least it made up for the regret of being single in his previous life. What are you looking at? Just having fun all the time. Ling Ling showed a smile, and the 2 dimples gradually appeared on her face, which was extremely beautiful. Look at my wife. My wife is so beautiful. I can't get enough of her. Jiang Li walked over with a smile, couldn't help but reached out and grabbed a piece of meat and threw it into his mouth. It smells so good. Wife, your skills are getting better and better. No way. Ling Ling blushed at the praise, feeling like she was smiling and charming. That night, after washing up, Jiang Li returned to the room. At this time, Ling Ling was already lying on the bed, wearing a dark purple lace pajamas, which showed off her perfect figure, jade skin, and stunning appearance. Jiang Li drooled at the sight. Xiao Ling, let's go to bed early. Okay. Ling Ling looked up and saw Jiang Li looking like Brother Zhu, and knew what he wanted to do, but he didn't refuse, and he obediently pulled down the wall lamp beside the bed. Don't turn it off, I want to turn on the light tonight. Jiang Li chuckled, then he pounced. The next second, the snake entered the sea and the waves were rough. Ding, congratulations on your complete acceptance of this world. The will of the world favors you. You have gained a talent, your understanding is heaven-defying. Huh? Is this my golden finger? Jiang Li shook his head. What is the use of this thing? He is not even a warrior and knows nothing. Even if your understanding is incredible, you must have a foundation, right? It's just like you, a rookie chef, become a chef. At the very least, you have to have some basic knowledge. He knew how to make a fire and cook, but this was a world where warriors were respected. Jiang Li still wants to be a warrior, or even a spiritual master. The Extreme Martial Arts Gym and the Thunderbolt Martial Arts Hall have genetic training methods and various training books. But, it has nothing to do with him now. Ding, the Wanjia chat group has detected your presence and sent you an invitation. Do you want to join the chat group? Hearing this voice, Jiang Li, who had just been discouraged, suddenly opened his eyes and sat up from the bed. Ling Ling on the side was startled and asked quickly, Husband, are you okay? It's okay, I just moved too much. Jiang Li tried hard to control his mood. Is this another one of his golden fingers? Good guy, if you didn't come earlier, you'll come here as soon as you come. By the way, Jiang Li suddenly thought that if this chat group was what he thought, wouldn't he be able to obtain the knowledge of all worlds from all the heavens and worlds, and by relying on his heaven-defying understanding, he should be able to deduce the cultivation techniques. By then, it should be no problem to become a warrior. Join in. The blue virtual pop-up window in front of him immediately changed, and the page became the same window as the penguin chat group in his previous life. Soon, several messages came over. Byte. The Devouring Lord has joined the chat group. Zombie Taoist Priest, welcome. Finally a newcomer is here. Zombie Priest. The Phantom World. Jiang Li was just slightly stunned, and immediately knew who this zombie Taoist priest was. Uncle Xiao. Borrowing methods from the infinite world of heaven and earth, newcomers are welcome to join the group, consciously take photos, and improve your cultivation. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, welcome newcomers. Finally, he is no longer the newest person in the group. Zixia Junzi Sword, Lord of Devouring. He has a great reputation, but I wonder what his strength is. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, nicknames in the group are automatically matched. Is the newcomer the boss? Borrowing method from the infinite universe. 6. Boss, please hug me. Little Chef of Peach Blossom Island, boss, please hug me. Zombie Taoist Priest, boss, please give me a hug. I am Spider-Man. 100-year-old Wudang Taoist. Jiang Li looked at a series of messages. The infinite universe of heaven and earth borrows the law. Isn't this Yen Qixia? Zixia Gentleman Sword, who can't see this? This is a complete hypocrite, the great eunuch Yu Buchuan. As for the Wudang Centenarian Taoist, it is naturally Zhang Sanfeng. It is not difficult for others to guess their identities from their names. Jiang Li's eyes flashed with a gleam of light. He is now short of martial arts. Zhang Sanfeng must have the unique skills of the two major sects of Shaolin and Wudang, but he doesn't know how to get them. The Devouring Lord, hello everyone, just call me Jiang Li. I am Spider-Man, huh? Another Oriental. When did I have a Western one? Wudang Centenarian Taoist, okay, Taoist Zhang Sanfeng. This is the Wanjia chat group. We are all from different worlds. Currently, there are 3 group functions: points function, red envelope function, and upload function. Points can be used to strengthen oneself, as well as to exchange for group members' martial arts and items. The red envelope function is a transaction between group members. Jiang Li raised his eyebrows. Strengthen. Is that the kind of strengthening I understand? That he searched for a while and soon found the strengthen interface. This strengthening function is mainly to strengthen one's own cultivation. Of course, the points required are also very terrifying. Jiang Li clicked it and his personal information popped up immediately. ID, Devouring Lord, Plane, Devouring Starry Sky, Strength, 0 stars in all realms. Favored by the will of the world, strength increase in the group plus 3 stars, strengthening. Points, 200. Jiang Li looked at it with envy. If he could strengthen once, he could become a warrior, right? At worst, becoming a quasi-warrior would be fine. Devouring Lord, no points. By the way, do you have any skills? Chapter 2 Tai Chi Breathing Exercises. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zixia Junzijian, newcomer, tell me what state you are in. Currently in the group, Master Zhang and Daxia Yan are 1 star, me and Little Spider. Miss Huang and Taoist Master Lin both have 0 stars. Lord of Devouring, I am 3 stars. By the way, which one of you has a skill? Zixia Junzi Sword. 100-year-old Wudang Taoist. I am Spider-Man. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef. Zixia Gentleman Sword, 3 stars. How is that possible? This is already an immortal who has ascended during the day. Lord of Devouring, I am a time traveler, blessed by the will of the world, group status plus 3. I also know your origins. Everyone, what kind of godlike treatment is this? This time traveler is too delicious. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, by the way, how can I become a time traveler? At Devouring Lord, how do you know the origins of all of us? I am Spider-Man, just bragging. Jiang Li didn't explain either. After all, it wasn't easy to explain. Lord of Devouring, Master Zhang, can you give me a skill first? It can be of any grade. I will be richly rewarded in the future. 100-year-old Wudang Taoist, you don't have to be like this, little friend Jiang Li. It's just a technique. It's a small matter. I'll look for it. In order to redeem points, I uploaded a lot of exercises before, but there is a rule in the group that the uploaded exercises can no longer be traded. Lord of Devouring, thank you. Jiang Li breathed a sigh of relief. Everything is difficult at the beginning, but he finally made a good start. He comforted Ling Ling to sleep. He ran to the guest room lounge. Soon, there was news in the chat group. Wudang Centenarian Taoist, found it. 100-year-old Wudang veteran sent an exclusive red envelope to the Devouring Lord. Jiang Li couldn't help but look forward to it. Receive. The next moment, a stream of light disappeared into Jiang Li's sea of consciousness. Jiang Li felt the golden words swimming over one after another like tadpoles. Tai Chi meditation. Jiang Li glanced at 10 lines and quickly read the entire secret book. A huge amount of martial arts knowledge was integrated into Jiang Li's memory, as if a treasure house had been opened, and he was out of control. You have watched the Tai Chi meditation method, and have enlightened your mind. You can meditate and breathe in, washing your body with the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. You start to deduce based on your own experience. Jiang Li looked at the word Tai Chi and an idea flashed in his mind. You clearly understand the principles of Tai Chi, 1 Yin and 1 Yang, 1 drink and 1 peck. The combination of Yin and Yang is the foundation of the Great Road. You have learned from it the Tai Chi breathing exercise, which draws in the Yin and Yang energy of heaven and earth to temper your body. Tai Chi breathing exercise. Try practicing. With a thought in his mind, Jiang Li immediately began to use the Tai Chi breathing exercise. A Yin and Yang Tai Chi diagram loomed on his body. The free spiritual energy from heaven and earth continued to enter Jiang Li's body with his breathing, washing his body. Call. When the sky slowly became brighter, Jiang Li finally stopped. He clenched his fists, feeling full of strength. I feel that I am full of power now. I don't know what level it has reached. Go and test it. Jiang Li was filled with excitement and opened the chat group screen. At this time, the chat group was extremely quiet, and everyone else was obviously busy with their own things. Without saying anything, Jiang Li clicked on the enhancement function and clicked to strengthen himself. You don't have enough points to strengthen. Name, Jiang Li. Realm, Senior Student, Apprentice Level, Kung Fu, Tai Chi Breathing Exercise, Points, 0. Hiss. I reached the rank of Advanced Student in just one night. My cultivation speed is simply, unparalleled in the past. Jiang Li was very excited. Moreover, the Tai Chi breathing exercise is not a particularly advanced exercise. After all, the foundation is just a Tai Chi meditation exercise, and the upper limit is not high, but once it is switched to a high-level technique, wouldn't the speed be even more terrifying? Husband, it's time to have breakfast. Ling Ling was holding breakfast and staring at Jiang Li curiously. Why does my husband seem to have a different temperament today? Wife. Jiang Li finished his breakfast and looked at Ling Ling excitedly. I remember one of the warrior rules is that if you become a warrior, you can get a villa, right? We are moving soon. Ling Ling was stunned. Husband, are you talking about the Jiangnan quasi-martial artist assessment the day after tomorrow? But nothing to worry about. Jiang Li smiled slightly. Your husband and I are already a warrior. Ling Ling looked shocked. Husband, are you a warrior? Haven't you tested it before? My husband obviously does not have the qualifications to be a warrior. However, Ling Ling did not mention this, but said, Husband, once you become a warrior, you will go to the wilderness. Isn't it too dangerous? There are more and more wild beasts, and humans will eventually face a tide of beasts. Jiang Li took Ling Ling into his arms. Ling Ling, I don't want to be unable to protect you when you are in danger. Late at night, Jiang Li came to the guest room lounge again. The day after tomorrow is the quasi-martial arts examination, and only by continuing to practice Tai Chi breathing exercises can you be confident of passing it. Thinking of this, Jiang Li entered a state of cultivation. As Jiang Li continued to operate his skills, the free energy of heaven and earth was continuously sucked into his body. The cells in the body that were originally silent came alive at this moment, swallowing greedily. After an unknown amount of time, he stopped, opened the chat group. Zixia Gentleman's Sword, do you think that the Devourer Master wasted a skill from Master Zhang? The 100-year-old Taoist priest from Wudong, you can't say that. We are all destined to be together here. It's just an ordinary skill, not worth anything. The little cook from Peach Blossom Island, but he has been blessed by the will of the world. Have you ever seen such a person? Maybe what he said is true. He knows our details and origins. Jiang Li took a quick look and immediately uploaded the Tai Chi breathing body strengthening skill. Let's earn some points first. Zixia Gentleman's Sword. Anyway, everyone has to take it easy and keep an eye on their own skills. The Devourer Master uploaded the Tai Chi breathing body strengthening skill, worth 500 points. The little cook from Peach Blossom Island. Speaking of Chow Chow, Chow Chow is here, the real master is here. Zixia Gentleman's Sword at the Devourer Master, you finally showed up, everyone is waiting for you. Wudong 100-year-old Taoist at Lord of Devouring, you said you knew our origins, please teach me, I will definitely reward you. Jiang Li uploaded the memory of the legend of the Dragon Slayer, which matches the soul imprint of group member, Wudong 100-year-old Taoist. Wudong 100-year-old Taoist can download it, but others are not allowed to download it. Jiang Li uploaded the memory of the legend of the Condor Heroes, which matches the group member, Little Cook of Peach Blossom Island, others are not allowed to download it. Jiang Li uploaded the memory of Spider-Man, which matches the group member, I Am Spider-Man, and is not allowed to download it. Jiang Li turned his memory into a video and uploaded it to the group file. Now they are all in this Wanjia chat group, and there is no need to care what kind of people they are, since they have their own thoughts, they are living people. Chapter 4 Tai Chi Longevity Sword Technique. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Are you Luo Feng? That when Jiang Li heard the name, he was startled for a moment and introduced himself, my name is Jiang Li. I just came here to get my student ID card, comma dash asterisk, caret, dash dot comma underscore comma dot, bit underscore comma dot, caret, asterisk dash. Ah. You can go up to the 3rd floor just after arriving. By Ning, how much kg is his punching power? Is it 800 kilograms? Brother Lu, who is over 1.9 meters tall, asked quickly. Bai Ning looked at Brother Lu and smiled sweetly. 1,320 kilograms. What? Several people said in unison, with shock on their faces, these are all quasi-warriors. More terrifying than Brother Lu's punching power. What about speed? Lu Fei asked impatiently. No, you just came up, but you haven't tested your speed yet. Come on, let's see how fast you are. With that said, Lu Fei pulled Jiang Li towards the runway and turned on the speed tester. To become a quasi-martial artist, in addition to strength, there are also requirements for speed and neurological reaction. In addition, it is a practical assessment. Okay. Jiang Li didn't show any pretense. He stood on the runway and suddenly exerted force under his feet. Call. Like a gust of wind sweeping across, he rushed through the testing area in almost the blink of an eye. How many? Jiang Li looked back and saw Lu Fei's mouth open so wide that he could almost fit a fist into it. Oh my God! Bai Ning walked forward to take a look and exclaimed, 35 meters per second? It's 10 meters higher than the standard for would-be warriors. You are only 20 years old, you are so perverted. Du Xiao was a little depressed. She was already 25 years old. If she couldn't reach the standard of a warrior in a few years, it would be difficult in her life. Ha ha ha. Lu Fei raised his head and laughed. If you want to talk about perversion, a madman is also a pervert. He is only 18 years old. It seems we have 2 more warriors in Jiangnan. On the 4th floor of the senior student teaching building, a red-haired man and a bald middle-aged man in black were walking and talking and laughing, when suddenly a staff member handed over information. Speed 35 meters per second. The bald middle-aged man in black was a little surprised. The punching power has also reached 1,320 kilograms. Brother Jiang, isn't he the Luo Feng you mentioned? He has such strength at the age of 18, the red-haired man couldn't help but his eyes lit up. No, his name is Jiang Li. He came to the martial arts hall for the first time to test. There is no information about him in the database. Where are the people? The person called Brother Jiang is none other than the owner of this extreme martial arts gym, Jiang Yan, the most powerful person in the gym, and the other is the free martial artist Yan Luo. Go back to the owner, he left. Bai Ning replied. Brother Jiang, it's okay. For this warrior assessment, you will have another genius in your hall. It's a pity that I didn't wake up until I was 20, and the upper limit has been locked. Jiang Yan felt a little regretful. The sooner you become a warrior, the higher your talent is, and the greater your chance of breaking through to the god of war in the future. Although there are not many people like Jiang Li in Jiangnan City who did not become martial arts students at the age of 16 and suddenly awakened at the age of 20, in the entire Hanxia kingdom and even the world, they are like a crucian carp crossing the river. Indeed, the fastest progress occurs between the ages of 16 and 30. The older you get, the harder it is to make progress. Yan Luo also expressed regret and said, I just have nothing to do. I will also go to Yangzhou Martial Arts School tomorrow to see if there are any good seedlings this year. As soon as Jiang Li returned home, he smelled the tangy aroma of vegetables. Husband, you're back. Ling Ling quickly stepped forward and gave her a warm hug. Well, honey, do you think I passed the test? Jiang Li took her smooth little hand and came to the restaurant. At this time, a bottle of red wine was already placed on the table. I have confidence in my husband. Although she didn't want Jiang Li to take risks, she also understood that Jiang Li, as a man, wanted to protect her. Only with power can you better protect your lover. After having enough wine and food, Jiang Li said to Ling Ling, this assessment will be at the Yangzhou Guild Hall. It will take a whole day to go back and forth. There is no need to prepare dinner for me. I heard that the warrior assessment requires actual combat. You must pay attention to safety. Ling Ling took a sip of her drink, her face flushed. Your husband is so awesome, even just taking the exam is no big deal. Jiang Li picked up Ling Ling and said with a smile, honey, while you are drinking. The next moment, the swimming snake turned into a dragon. Late at night, after Jiang Li waited for Ling Ling to fall asleep, he came to the guest room again. As usual, he practiced Tai Chi breathing exercise again, attracting the free spiritual energy from heaven and earth to wash away his body, until late in the night, just before dawn, Jiang Li opened his eyes leisurely. It's too slow. Tai Chi breathing exercise is always a very simple exercise. You must master the more advanced exercises as soon as possible. However, if a tall building rises from the ground, even if it is enlightened, it still needs a foundation, and it is not fabricated out of thin air, Jiang Li said to himself. I bought a few books on the exercises last time, but I haven't fully understood them yet. Let's give them a try. As you continue to study basic sword techniques of Peach Blossom Island, you seem to have different ideas and inspiration bursts out. You combine Tai Chi health-preserving boxing, based on the unity of yin and yang, and pursued longevity as the goal. You created Tai Chi longevity swordsmanship. Tai Chi immortality sword technique. Try how many points you can. Jiang Li was overjoyed and immediately opened the chat group. The little chef of Peach Blossom Island, I woke up to a good news. Someone finally bought my Peach Blossom basic swordsmanship. Xixia gentleman sword, it's not me. I don't lack swordsmanship. The little chef of Peach Blossom Island, boss you are so idle. The 100-year-old Taoist of Wudong, my Tai Chi health fist is just a basic fist. There is no need to waste points to buy it. Xixia gentleman sword, why doesn't anyone buy my Xixia magical skill? I am Spider-Man, the Devouring Lord, why don't you show up? The infinite heaven and earth Qinquan borrowing method, it's normal for a master like the Samsung Lord to retreat for more than 10 days at a time. Ding! Group member Devouring Lord uploaded Tai Chi longevity swordsmanship, please check it in time. At this moment, a message appeared in front of everyone, the Devouring Lord is online. Qing Shifei, speak of the boss, and the boss will come. I am Spider-Man, Tai Chi longevity swordsmanship. This is obviously a sword technique, I'm not interested. Zombie Taoist, Taiji Chongqing sword technique. Chongsheng, it sounds very powerful, I'll go and take a look. Tian Di Wu Ji Qian Kun Jia, I'll go and take a look too. Taohua Island Little Cook, I'll go and support the Devouring Lord. After uploading the Taiji Chongsheng sword technique, Jiang Li quickly opened the chat interface and looked at the chat history for a while, and found that there was no important news. Devouring Lord, hello everyone, you have so much free time, don't you need to practice? Wudong Centenarian Taoist, boss, you are joking, with our cultivation level, how can we be qualified to practice all day long? Zombie Taoist at Devouring Lord, boss, what the hell is your Taiji Chongsheng sword technique? Why is a sword technique sold for 13,000 points, my talismans and Maoshan Taoist magic only sell for a few hundred? Tian Di Wu Ji Qian Kun Jia, awesome, a sword technique is so expensive, outrageous. This is the immortal sword technique. Little chef of Peach Blossom Island at Lord of Devouring, I wanted to support the big guy, but I can't afford the points. Yao Yu, I can't afford it either. Xiao Li Fei Dao, +1, even Yao Yu, Xiao Li Fei Dao and others who had been lurking all the time, started to show up. Chapter 8 500,000 points, Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, when you become warriors, you will soon know about the existence of spiritual masters, Jiang Yan said with a smile. Today's assessment for prospective warriors is over. You three can go home. Well, Jiang Li, you can stay here for a while. Yes, instructor. Luo Feng and the others glanced at Jiang Li and immediately left the martial arts training hall as ordered. Jiang Li, are you willing to join my ultimate martial arts gym? After Luo Feng and the others left, Jiang Yan said solemnly, according to the rules, as long as you join the extreme warriors, you can choose a villa to live in Yangzhou City or the main city. You will have permanent residency rights. In addition to the 20 million startup capital, there are also 3 secret books worth no more than 50 million on movement techniques, guidance techniques, and attack techniques. However, if you agree to join now, in addition to the above conditions, you can also choose an additional cheat book worth up to 50 million, and the chief instructor will pay for it. Wu Tong is so generous. After all, he is a 20-year-old warrior, and he has learned the subtle body skills. It is worth it. When you grow up, you will be at least a warrior level. That when other warriors heard this, they all showed surprised expressions. However, what they didn't know was that this was just the god of war speaking. Otherwise Wu Tong, a 20-year-old warrior level instructor, would really not be able to dig into his pocket as the chief instructor. Of course, Wu Tong did not come up with this money. Jiang Li, 50 million may not be much to the chief instructor, but it shows that he values you. Jiang Yan smiled and persuaded, in the martial arts circle, connections are also very important. Thank you, Chief Instructor Wu, for your kindness. I'll think about it first. Jiang Li did not agree. Money is very important to ordinary people, but to a warrior, tens of millions is really nothing. Although Jiang Li also plans to join the extreme martial arts gym, it is not now. He believed that for the warrior assessment in a month, higher-level experts would come to invite them, and the conditions then would not be comparable to a mere 50 million, the 9th floor of Jiangnan City Extreme Hall. 20 years old, warrior-level strength, micro-level body skills. The director of the Jiangnan City Extreme Martial Arts Gym sipped fragrant tea and frowned slightly as he looked at the newly entered information. Is such a warrior worthy of the god of war's personal instruction? As a base city-level supervisor, I have seen too many warriors who are better than Jiang Li. The possibility of becoming the god of war is less than 1/10,000th. By the way, supervisor, according to the report from the back of the Yangzhou Guild Hall, this Jiang Li has very strong spiritual power and is suspected to have the potential to become a spiritual master. His secretary added respectfully. Psychic master, the supervisor's eyes moved slightly, help me arrange the itinerary. I will go there personally for the warrior assessment in 1 month. Yes, supervisor. On the other side, Jiang Li did not go to Luo Feng's celebration dinner, but went straight home. As soon as he got home, Jiang Li was attracted by the 6 dishes and 1 soup on the dinner table. I didn't expect that my wife is not only beautiful and kind-hearted, but she also has such strong cooking skills. Looking at the delicious food in front of him, Jiang Li couldn't help but sigh. With such a wife, what more could a husband ask for? Husband, try it quickly. I studied all day long and even called other people to ask for advice. Ling Ling handed over the chopsticks and said with a smile as bright as a flower. No wonder I didn't get through when I called you to tell you the good news. Thank you, my dear. Jiang Li suddenly understood. When the delicacies entered his mouth, his eyes immediately lit up. It's delicious, it's so delicious. Wife, is this really your first time cooking these dishes? You are so talented. Of course, you don't want to see whose wife I am. Ling Ling asked with a proud face. Husband, when will you take the actual combat assessment? A month later. Jiang Li chirped, gulped and said, don't worry, there is no danger in the actual combat test. Your husband is now a warrior-level warrior, eh? Do you know that you are a warrior-level warrior? You know, huh? Warrior level. Ling Ling responded first, and then was confused. How is this possible? In just 1 month, he went from ordinary person to warrior level. How is this possible? Well, my husband isn't bad either. Seeing Ling Ling's surprised look, Jiang Li raised his eyebrows. At this moment, Jiang Li didn't know that many thoughts had already appeared in Ling Ling's mind at this moment. She still felt incredible until after dinner. Why is her little man so charming all of a sudden? Late at night, Jiang Li sat on the bed. This time, with the 5 hearts heavenly cultivation method, combined with the martial arts skills, I should be able to develop a better training method. Jiang Li's heart moved and he began to practice. You have meditated on the 5 hearts heavenly cultivation method, and you feel an energy from the universe. You know that this cultivation method is the same as the martial arts secret book that absorbs the energy of the moon and the energy of the sun. You seem to have new ideas. You combine the Tai Chi exercise breathing method, based on Yin and Yang, 1 Yin and 1 Yang, 1 drink and 1 peck, and you create Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi Gong. Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi, based on the Qi of Yin and Yang, it absorbs the free chaotic Qi of heaven and earth, tempers the body, and can reach the highest level of chaotic immortal body. In an instant, a stream of free chaotic energy from the heaven, earth and universe penetrated from the void bit by bit and submerged into Jiang Li's body. In just an instant, Jiang Li felt a mysterious feeling swimming through his body. This feeling was more than 100 times stronger than before when the Yin, Tai Yin, and Sun energy entered his body. The originally blocked technique is now more than 100 times faster. Advanced techniques are indeed extraordinary. Jiang Li was delighted and opened the chat group, clicked the upload technique button. Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi Gong, a technique for cultivating immortals, worth 500,000 points. Are you sure you want to upload it? Fuck. 500,000 points. Jiang Li was overjoyed, and it turned out to be a technique for cultivating immortals. It seems that this Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi Gong is much more precious than he thought. After all, the techniques uploaded by other people in the group could not reach 10,000 points at most. Upload. Jiang Li suppressed his excitement and chose to upload immediately. The Devourer, hello, have you eaten yet? Seeing Jiang Li talking, several old people in the group were about to speak, but suddenly, the system issued a prompt sound. The Devourer uploaded a new technique. Members in need can go to the mall to check it out. The little chef of Peach Blossom Island at the Devourer, the boss has uploaded a new technique again, and he is more diligent than Zhang Sanfeng. Zixia Junzi sword, last time it was a sword technique worth 13,000 points, I wonder what it is this time. Wudong 100-year-old Taoist, no more talking, I'll go and take a look. I am Spider-Man. Tian Di Wu Ji Qian Kun Jia Fa, I bow down to you, sir. I'll go and see it too. I can't afford it. Soon, Zhang Sanfeng came back and sent a message. Wudong 100-year-old Taoist at Lord of Devouring, you are awesome. This technique is actually a technique for cultivating immortals, worth 500,000 points. I admire you. Chapter 9 Zhang Sanfeng, Here Comes the Sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? The technique uploaded by the Lord of Devouring is actually of such high value. 500,000 points. What is this concept? The most expensive technique among them does not exceed 10,000 points. Last time, the Devouring Lord had uploaded a sword technique worth 13,000 yuan, and now this book Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi Gong seems to be an internal skill and a mental technique. If you practice this together, wouldn't you be invincible? Cultivation to immortality and immortality. Is this the avenue that many martial arts practitioners dream of? Now Yu Buchuan really wanted to slap himself in the mouth. It makes you arrogant and suspicious of other people's bosses. I hope the big boss has a lot of information and doesn't take his words to heart. At this time, other group members also came back after watching it. Zombie Taoist priest, hey good guy, I sold all my Maoshan sect for 500,000 points. I guess it's not worth that much. It's so scary. I am Spider-Man, so envious. Master you were questioning the newcomer before. What do you think now? Zixia Junzijian, don't play with me. I knew it was wrong when the swallowing boss uploaded the Tai Chi immortality sword technique. Don't try to alienate the relationship between me and the boss. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, hey, are you starting to add more? Zixia Junzijian, what is Tian? This is Yu's worship of the strong. Lord of Devouring, everyone, we are all friends, just call me Jiang Li. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, the boss finally shows up. Zixia Gentleman Sword, worship the boss. Zombie Taoist Priest, boss Jiang Li, is there any cheaper technique? It's too expensive and we can't afford it. Heaven and Earth Infinite Universe Borrowing Method, agreed. I really can't afford it with 500,000 points. I can't even afford the Tai Chi Immortality Sword technique. Xiao Li's Flying Knife, +1. Devour the World, Jiang Li touched his chin. If Zhang Sanfeng had not given him a meditation technique last time, he would not have become a warrior. Such a favor must be repaid. Jinjin Zhang follows the Tai Chi method, which is also suitable for Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi. Jiang Li actually didn't want to cause trouble, but all the techniques he had were uploaded to Kun Mall and could not be traded privately. You have studied Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi Gong, you began to analyze and simplify it, and you have understood the simplified version of the exercise, Tai Chi Hunyuan Gong. Although it is a simplified version, it has barely reached the level of cultivating immortals. Jiang Li said secretly. Later, he casually uploaded Tai Chi Hunyuan Gong, a method of cultivating immortals, worth 20,000 points. Are you sure to upload it? No. Jiang Li chose no, then opened the chat page and sent a red envelope to Zhenren Zhang. The Lord of Devouring sent an exclusive red envelope to Wudang Centenarian Master. Lord of Devouring at, Master Zhang, thank you for your skills last time, thank you. A little thought, no respect. The Centenarian Wudang veteran has received your exclusive red envelope. 100-year-old Wudang veteran, thank you to the boss for the red envelope. Last time it was just a simple effort, the boss was too polite. Etienne World, Wudang Mountain, Master Zhang was sitting cross-legged on a huge rock, with a strange forest of huge rocks behind him and a cliff thousands of feet in front of him. When he saw the red envelope sent by Jiang Li, he actually didn't care. However, when he received the red envelope and let the points mall identify it, he was stunned. Cultivation technique? 20,000 points. Given Zhang Zhenren's character, he couldn't help but be shaken at this moment. Is this too expensive? 100-year-old Wudang veteran at Lord of Swallowing, boss, is this thank you gift too expensive? The old Taoist's meditation technique is just the basic martial arts among the basics. Give me this immortal cultivation technique worth 20,000 points. Peach Blossom Island Little Chef, what? Cultivation skills. 20,000 points. Zombie Taoist Priest, Mr. Zhang, Mr. Jiang Li gave you an immortal cultivation technique worth 20,000 points. 100-year-old Wudang Taoist, yes, boss Jiang Li is too polite. Although the Taoist deserves it, it is related to cultivating immortals. The Taoist. Well, I can only accept it shamelessly. Zixia Junzijian, damn it, I'm so jealous that my chickens turn purple with envy. If I had known, I would have given Zixia magic to boss Jiang Li. I am Spider-Man, master you are doing this as an afterthought. Heaven and earth infinite universe borrowing method, yes, although I also regret not being more generous at the beginning, but if we really go back to that time, you and I will not give away a skill for nothing. It is Zhang Jinren who has an expanded mind. He should be the one to take advantage of it. Yao Yu, I'm envious of you. Xiao Li Feidao, Jinren Zhang is indeed a martial arts master and a great chivalrous person. 100-year-old Wudang veteran, ha ha ha, everyone has praised me. Everyone, I want to step down. Etienne World Zhang Sanfeng was in a pretty good mood. After quitting the chat group, he immediately started practicing Tai Chi Hunyuan Gong, because he has a deep study of Tai Chi, and Zhang Sanfeng's martial arts realm has reached an incredible level. Just after some research, I understood this technique thoroughly. What a mysterious technique. It turns out that this is the way of Tai Chi. The old way went astray before. Zhang Sanfeng fell into a state of obsession. I don't know how much time passed, he opened his eyes suddenly, and a flash of light burst out from his eyes. I haven't used a sword for a long time. I wonder if I'm unfamiliar with it. Zhang Sanfeng held the sword technique in his hand, circulated his true energy, and shouted softly, "Here comes the sword, aha. Aha. Aha." In Wudong, all the swords seemed to be sensed, making a buzzing sound, and then automatically unsheathed, breaking away from the control of their masters. Such a strong sword intent. Song Yuanxiao, one of the 7 heroes of Wudong, changed his face. Not good. That direction. Master. The 7 heroes of Wudong all changed their faces. Such a strong sword intent, and it was heading straight towards the direction where the master was in seclusion. I'm afraid it's not a good thing. However, before they went, Zhang Sanfeng stepped on the flying sword and staggered back in the sky. Don't be nervous, it's just that the master has broken through. The 100-year-old Taoist of Wudong, Jiang Li's skills are too mysterious, thank you. The 100-year-old Taoist of Wudong uploaded his memory. Zixia Gentleman Sword, this is too awesome, a sword comes, thousands of swords move together, and, they fly on the sword. The little cook of Taohua Island, is this the way to cultivate immortality? Yao Yue, the realm of immortals is too fascinating. But I don't have 20,000 points. Xiao Li Feidao, God. I really want to step on the flying knife one day and travel all over the mountains and rivers. The infinite universe borrowing method, Zhang Jinren is so elegant. I am Spider-Man, is this the fairy from the east? So beautiful. The group became lively and everyone was excited, although they didn't have so many points to redeem, at least they saw hope. Jiang Li just popped up, chatted for a few words, and then clicked on the strengthening function. He now has 513,000 points, which is enough for several strengthenings. Jiang Li clicked on the strengthening function without saying a word and clicked to strengthen himself. Do you want to spend 20,000 points to strengthen? 20,000. So much. Jiang Li was startled and felt a little distressed. He is only a warrior level warrior. Strengthening once costs 20,000 points. If he becomes a planetary level, wouldn't it be a sky-high price? Shaking his head, now is not the time to think about these things. Yes, strengthening successful. Name, Jiang Li. Realm, Warrior, Intermediate, points, 493,000. Intermediate Warrior. Jiang Li was so happy that he lost control of his breath and the glass in front of him shattered. This is... Ah, husband, Ling Ling screamed startled Jiang Li, and he comforted her, don't be afraid, my wife, your husband has made another breakthrough. What? Chapter 10, Xiao Li's Flying Dagger, The Way to Cultivate the Soul. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Again, a breakthrough. Ling Ling stared blankly at Jiang Li who was cleaning up the glass fragments. He was definitely her husband. The first time I saw him, I fell in love with him. I thought he was just an ordinary man, but I didn't expect. to be a peerless genius? Maybe it's because the food my wife cooked yesterday was so delicious. Jiang Li swept away the glass, sat next to Ling Ling and said with a sly smile, I heard that enlightenment is easier when the body and mind are happy. Really? Then I'll make you lunch now. Ling Ling didn't ask any further questions. She gave him a sweet kiss and walked to the kitchen. Jiang Li glanced at the wall clock and realized that it was almost 12 o'clock. My current warrior strength is pretty good, mentally. Jiang Li thought of the silver-haired man yesterday. In his impression, he was a spiritual master. The glance of the spiritual master contains the impact of spiritual power, but I don't feel it at all. It seems that my soul is very strong. Jiang Li had another guess in his mind, and then his eyes swept across the living room and focused on the vase. Call out. The vase suddenly turned into a stream of light and shot out from the broken window. Almost in a breath, the vase shot back like a boomerang. Bah! Jiang Li raised his hand, and with the control of his mind, the vase shot directly into the palm of his hand. Call. Jiang Li's mind moved again, and his eyes swept across the table in the living room, and the entire table suddenly levitated. Soon, all the objects in the living room, such as the sofa, TV, small coffee table, etc., seemed to have lost gravity in space and all floated into the air. Ah, husband! Ling Ling, who was about to call Jiang Li to eat, was stunned. She was holding the dish in one hand and covering her mouth with the other, speechless. Oh my God! My husband is actually a spiritual master. Bang! Crack! Bang! Boom! Boom! Without paying attention, the floating furniture controlled by Jiang Li suddenly fell down. Wife! Jiang Li didn't care about the damage to the furniture. He walked over to Ling Ling, stroked her hair and asked with concern, didn't I scare you? No, no, Ling Ling said repeatedly, I just didn't expect that my husband, you are actually a spiritual master. It's not necessarily. Jiang Li was still not sure whether he was a mentalist or not, so he smiled and said, however, my mental power should be much stronger than that of normal people. Well, it smells so good. Let's eat first. Aha! In the next few days, Jiang Li was thinking about his mental power. For spiritual masters, there are no relevant training methods on the internet. They only mention one-sidedly about the power of spiritual masters. Among warriors of the same level, spiritual masters have almost an overwhelming advantage, and fighting across levels is no problem. Unfortunately, there is no martial arts about the spirit and soul. After Ling Ling fell asleep, Jiang Li sat cross-legged in the living room, performed Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi, closed his eyes and began to practice Sisi. Cosmic energy continued to flow into his body through the soles of his feet, palms, and Baihui points on his head. In an instant, the cells in his body seemed to boil and began to crazily devour these magical cosmic energies. This is, as the cosmic energy continued to pour in, Jiang Li seemed to feel a tremor in his soul, and a mysterious place appeared in his mind, but this place, boundless, is filled with thick fog. In the middle of the mist, you can actually see a small lake of more than 100 square meters, from which the mist emerges. Is this mist the power of your mind? Jiang Li could easily feel that the floating mist had the same root as his previous mental power to control objects. The mist is the power of spiritual thoughts, and this mist emerges from the lake. So, is this the legendary Sea of Consciousness? Jiang Li suddenly thought that both the novels he read in his previous life and the Yin-Yang Hunyuan Tai Chi he created mentioned the existence of the Sea of Consciousness. This is a specific name given to the mind by practitioners. It seems that we need to find a method that can cultivate spiritual power. Jiang Li said secretly, currently, the fastest way to obtain skills is naturally from the Points Mall. He clicked on the chat group. Apart from some gossips and greetings, everyone was basically in a state of diving. Click to open the mall. Tai Chi Swordsmanship. From the group friend, Wudang Centenary Master, Swordsmanship category, 900 points. Zixia Magical Skill. From the group friend Zixia Junzi Sword, Internal Skill category, 1,200 points. Mingyu Gong. From the group friend Yao Yu, Internal Strength category, 6,000 points. Xiao Li Feidao, from the group friend Xiao Li Feidao, spiritual weapon skills, 9,000 points. Spiritual weapon exercises. Isn't this just like a mentalist controlling a flying knife? It's just that Li Xuanhuan's mental strength is too weak and he can only control one handle at a time. Jiang Li was startled. I didn't expect that Xiao Li's flying knife has such great potential. Shaolin Vajra Hard Qigong, from the group friend, Wudong Centenary Master, external training method, 750 points. Shaolin Vajra Qigong and Xiao Li's flying knife, these are the two books. I'll talk about other things after I've thoroughly understood these two books. Demon Pill, from the group friends Heaven and Earth's Infinite Universe Borrowing Method, consumables, 2,000 points. Low-grade Spirit Stone, consumable, 5,000 points. Suddenly, Jiang Li's eyes lit up. He actually saw a spirit stone here. There was no source marked, which was obviously the chat group's own thing. Okay, although it's a bit expensive, it's worth it. Otherwise, if I rely solely on my own practice, I don't know when I will become an immortal. This is the real opportunity for the chat group. Whether it is the martial arts world or the Devouring Star, the most lacking is always resources. Jiang Li first exchanged Shaolin Vajra Hard Qigong and Xiao Li Flying Dagger, and then exchanged all the remaining points for spirit stones in one breath, 96 spirit stones, worth 480,000 points. Shaolin Vajra Hard Qigong and Xiao Li Flying Dagger are less than 10,000 points, calculated. Jiang Li only has 3,250 spirit stones left. The main reason is that the spirit stone is too expensive. Mingyu Gong, Xuanqi Naomi Ju, the top martial arts skills, can only be bought with 1 or 2 low-grade spirit stones. 96 spiritual stones, with my current state, I can consume them in a month. Jiang Li was delighted and logged off decisively, devouring the world. Jiang Li looked at the spiritual stones on the ground in front of him and couldn't help reaching out to grab them. When he touched them, he felt only icy cold, and there was a faint spiritual energy entering his body, which made him feel refreshed. Is this the spiritual stone in the world of cultivating immortals? It's really different. I wonder how it compares with the Muya crystal. All the Muya crystals on the earth are in Wudao, so Jiang Li naturally couldn't get them. First comprehend the Shaolin Vajra Hard Qigong and Xiao Li Flying Dagger. Jiang Li entered a state of emptiness. You comprehend the Shaolin Vajra Hard Qigong, know the method of external training, the hardest in the world, but Vajra, you seem to have an epiphany. You created the Vajra indestructible divine art. You comprehend Xiao Li Flying Dagger. You find that this is a spiritual mind master's practice method. Mental power controls the flying knife, can kill people invisibly. You create the Yuanshan practice method. Primordial spirit cultivation method. Jiang Li's eyes lit up. This is what he lacks the most now. If he can condense his mental power, with his extraordinary understanding and brain breadth, the mental burst will definitely be enough to make people tremble. As for the Vajra indestructible divine art, this is also a good external training method, and after Jiang Li's improvement, the gold powder was removed. Start practicing with the Yuanshan cultivation method. Jiang Li closed his eyes and mobilized the mental power of his whole body to explore outside. Mysterious feeling surged in his heart, and he seemed to have a god's perspective. First, he had a panoramic view of his bedroom, then the entire 2-bedroom and 1 living room house, and then the entire community.